Alright guys, Kazoo71 here on Ark Survival Ascended on the island. Of course, that's the only map out currently still. Will change very soon, coming out with 2 new maps if you guys saw the update. But just want to kind of bring you guys back. As you saw last time, I was working on the wall and everything, a little bit of building, kind of different episodes. So what I did was I finished the house, the little base building, whatever you want to call it. Got the 2 floors in there, and I'm going to move this later, but I want to show you guys a couple of little clips here and something that I was having trouble with early on in the game. This came in on the 25th of October. Early on in the game, there was a lot of issues with this. There's still some issues with it, but not the same. Where resources, the metal nodes weren't respawning. A lot of people are like, they're respawning for me. Well, good for you. They weren't respawning for everybody, and then some of us, we didn't have any metal nodes. You break them and they just never came back. So I had a structure pretty close to 1, so I was adjusting the settings, kind of mess with the radius for structures and the radius for players as far as resources respawning, to try to see what I could do to fix it. And it was really messed up, so I lowered it down to try to see if I could bring the stuff come back, and it kind of messed everything up for me because I forgot about it. And this is like recorded, this video right here that I'm showing you guys, the trike, was recorded on the 2nd of November. So what I'm trying to do is trying to do the charge thing with the trike here. So let me just kind of say that before I get off of this part. They messed it up. You used to be able to charge in Ark Survival Evolved. You could run through a whole bunch of trees and get some thatch. Now it's 1 tree at a time. So you do a little charge thing, you get 1 tree at a time. So I want to show you guys this too. This is the Dodicarus. Oh man, I don't think I put this in the video. The way the rocks and stuff, when you break them and they despawn, they take forever to despawn, and they just kind of dissolve into the ground. It's kind of funny, but they used to do that on Ark Survival Evolved too. But I want to show you guys that. So anyway, so the resources weren't respawning, or some weren't respawning, some were. So you see that stone going away really slow. It's kind of funny. I think it's cool. So they took forever to go away. So what I'm using, I'm going to show you guys what I did to fix this on this. Ark has since done a fix so that they tweaked something. A lot of people say, oh, they didn't do it, whatever. They did something. They did a patch, and they did a patch that messed with the resources in one of these earlier patches. So what I was just showing you guys there was I'm using the Triceratops to get thatch, using the Therizinosaur to get wood, and I'm using the Dodicarus to get stone. Now, I do it several different ways. I'll pick up the Dodicarus with the RG and fly it around and break stone. Sometimes I'll ride it, just because it gets so boring. If you guys have ever built before, and most of you guys who are watching have, man, building an Ark is extremely boring sometimes. Sometimes it's really fun. Sometimes it's just like, oh my gosh, the grind. So I'm going to show you guys a couple of things here on my wall. I'm kind of going advanced here as far as forward is what I'm saying. So I'm going to show you guys something when it comes to behemoth gates. If you guys have never seen this before, this is a little trick you use. So you line your wall out where you want the wall, and then you're going to leave at least 1 or 2 foundations on the other end. I'm going to take out 7, because you need to take out 7. That's how wide the gate is. Okay, so it's 7 by 11 or 7 by 12 or something like that. I don't know what it is exactly, but 7 foundations. That's all I know. You need 7 foundations. So then I'm going to turn around and I'm going to use those foundations on each end of that wall. So you make your line of your foundations, then you take out the foundations where you want this wall. Now you can set this thing on top of foundations if you want. Yeah, a lot of people do that. I don't like doing that. I'd rather set it on the ground. I think it works better on the ground. And then plus, when you're making like an enclosure, if you're making an enclosure walls like I do quite often, and I'm going into orbital camera here. I'm using the K, I call it K mode, K button on the keyboard. Whatever your orbital camera is on PC, on PlayStation or Xbox, that's what you need to do. So what I do is, if you're making a circular wall or enclosure around your base, and then for some reason things don't match up, you're not going to do what I'm doing here where you're making the gateway perfect. You're going to use that gateway on the ground to connect those pieces of wall that aren't meshing from each end. So if you make a circle, and when you come back around the circle and the circle doesn't meet, you use the gateway to make them meet. It's just a little stupid trick you can do to just kind of snap the walls together, and then it looks like you meant to do that. If you guys don't know what I mean, so just make a square and then put like a triangle in that square somewhere so that the wall's not a perfect square, and then those walls won't meet. But if you use a gateway, you can make them meet. So, but I like to do mine straight. So just jumping forward here, I want to show you guys, this is that other trick I was telling you guys about, and I also did a video on this like a couple of days after the game came out. So If you snap these walls onto a ceiling and in the foundation, they'll meet. So you can make the foundations and the walls, the ceilings meet with the walls. It's pretty cool. That is a really good feature that they added to Ark Survival Ascended. I like it. I like the builds on Ark Survival Ascended. Trust me, they did a really good job on this. However, hey, get mad at me if you want. It's still Ark. It's Ark Survival Evolved, man. Just better graphics and some different build dynamics. Going forward here's what I was talking about. Let's look at these foliage, because I got a lot of stuff growing in my base and it won't go away. So what you want is the no radius from players. So it's in the world, under the advanced tab in the world, and that's what you want to do. The normal setting is 1, and see, as I had lowered it down to 0.7 because I was trying to make it spawn near. So I'm going to change it back to 1. And then I'm going to mess with the other one too, just look at it and show you guys. So you can use the scaler, you can slide, you can type it. So the other one is the no radius to structures, which is the one right below that. So the same thing, advanced tab in the world. And then this is set the standard, the default is 1. So once you got these set back to 1, if you mess with them like I did early on, change them back, everything's kind of cool, but you can fluctuate them. And if you want stuff in your base, I just didn't want stuff. I changed it so low that the metal nodes, it wasn't fixing the metal nodes, but man, the trees and the bushes, they were growing right on top of me at 0.7, as you guys saw. So I couldn't get rid of them, and that was very, very annoying. So going back in now after I changed this, just jumping forward here, getting on the Bronto, just want to show you guys I was trying to clean it out. And if you watch a couple of the episodes, I've cleaned these trees out multiple times. I don't know if I showed you guys all that, but I keep cleaning out the trees and the bushes, and they keep growing back. A player that plays with me, she's been playing for quite a while, she was making a comment, and I agree with her 100%. The thing that's so annoying about this, she hasn't played it yet, but she's just watching videos and people playing, is the tall grass. You can just get stuck in the grass. You can even lose your dillos and your dodos and stuff in the grass. They're just, you can see their names, but they're just, it's so high, man. It's just crazy. So if you're watching what I'm doing there in the background, you see this is the Bronto. This is from a couple of swipes of the Bronto. If you have no idea what the best berry collector on the game is, it's a Bronto. Yeah, other people may claim it's other stuff. It's a Bronto. Use a Bronto. Look at this. That's just from a few swipes of the tail. And I don't have the settings turned up. This is normal default settings on harvesting. So Brontos are awesome at collecting stuff. So even if you get a low level one, I think this was a super low level, and this is that baby I claimed or whatever earlier on in the video. Killed the mom, claimed the baby, and raised the baby, brought it back. You don't need a high level Bronto. You ain't using it for nothing but berries. If like I do, then it don't matter what the level is. It's just the weight thing. But yeah, dude, they collect a lot of berries. So you need to fill your troughs up. Use this guy. The second one I use is a trike, but yeah, the Bronto's way better than anything. A lot of stuff collects berries. Anklos. There's Venusaur. This guy right here. So I'm going to use him to collect some of these trees. But if the Bronto hits a tree, it's going to get more thatch than wood. So that's why I jumped on the Theory here, because I'm going to get more wood than thatch with the Theory. So the problem with the Theory is they don't have a weight reduction for the wood, which is so stupid. One of the best wood harvesters, but their weight reduction sucks. People still use those beavers, man. I don't get it. Beavers don't harvest wood good. They may get a great massive reduction for wood. They are not a great wood harvester, though. Even though everybody claims they are, and it's even on the wiki, they're not great. I'd rather use this. Heck, I'd rather use a mammoth than than that thing, man. Beavers are a pain in the butt to tame. So going forward here, working on the wall a little bit. I just want to show you guys a couple of clips here. So, and then I'm going to end it pretty quick here. I'm not going to show you guys a ton of stuff because I did a lot of building in some of these other ones. But I use a ceiling there, and then what I'm doing is I'm going to build the wall up with these walls, actually stone walls, and then I'll snap some ceilings on top of it. But as I told you guys before I even get that far, I may end up moving my base because I don't like it here. Actually, kind of to the right there, down there on the beach, that's actually where I'm going to go. I found a really cool spot in the water, and I'll show you guys when I hit the water stuff and start doing that. So I kind of base it off my water pen because I'm a big water guy when it comes to the Ark Survival Evolved and Ark Survival Ascended. I'll figure it out. But I've been underwater quite a bit now. And then I base the whole base around a little water pan. So, because I found a great spot to put the dinos in the water, the megalodons and the basils. What's the purpose of a Megalodon? If you ask me, I've been playing this game for 1 year after it came out, so it came out in 2015, so I've been playing since 16. Purpose of a Megalodon is to get a basil. That's all that. Megalodons are worthless, in my opinion. Other people like them. You can like them if you want. So anyway, so I'm just going to snap these walls around, and what I'll do is I'll build it up, and then I'll build some ceilings. So if you guys enjoyed it, please like and subscribe. If you have any comments, please make them, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.